Okay, so welcome to our first Zoom call for our challenge group. I'm excited to start tomorrow. A couple of things. I want to go over everything, and I want you guys to ask questions if you have questions. Some of the other coaches that are on here might pop on and give you some tips that they have used as well, so we can get you started out on the right foot. We want you guys to succeed in this. Like, this can change your life. This can change everything for you. I want you guys, when you're thinking about this new venture, it's a lifestyle change. It's not like a quick fix diet. It's not something that you're just doing for 21 days or 30 days or whatever. This is a way of life. And yes, there will be times where on the weekends, on your birthday, whatever, and you can go out to dinner and have a relaxed meal, we call it. But for the most part, we want you living this way because this is what's going to give you that energy. This is what's going to make you feel good, to feel good in your skin, where, you like getting dressed, you like buying clothes, you feel good at the beach, you feel good running around after your kids, all of those things. So that's what I want you guys to get in your mind before we start, is that this is a lifestyle, and we're all in it for that lifestyle. We love these groups because it keeps us accountable and motivated to continue, because it's really hard to do it by ourselves. We've all probably been there, done that, and fell off the wagon way too many times. So when we have people that are holding our hands and keeping us accountable, it keeps us motivated, and that's when you see results. Okay, so first things first is there is going to be a prize. I'm not going to announce it on the call. I'm going to announce it tomorrow in our group. But everyone that's on the call, I'm going to take a screenshot. You will go into the drawing. And let me do that now while I have everyone. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good. All right. First things first. If you have not hopped on to Beachbody On Demand, please do so. If you log into your account, you will see a tab at the top. It says Beachbody On Demand. You can click it. You can see there's so much that we offer. There's so much that you can see on there. You can get your workouts on there. Your workouts should be there, so you could stream them live. Like if you're not in front of a TV, you could do it on your computer. You could do it at the gym on your iPad or your phone. So check that out. Also check out the meal plan is on there. You could print off pages if you like to see things, if you want an extra set at work or whatever. There's so many things that you can go through on the right side. The calendar's on there too, so you could also print that out and hang it up if you don't want to use the one that you get in your box. There are so many things there, so please check it out. There's also extra workouts. Like if one day, on a weekend, you wanted to try a different program, a different workout, there's featured ones that are there, and you guys have a free trial if you bought a challenge pack. So you have 30 days for free to try it out. So definitely do that. If you have questions about that, just post them in our group. If you have questions about anything, post them in our group. Okay, so what I want you guys to do, I'm sure a lot of you guys have looked through the nutrition guide. I really want you to look at the list, because you all are doing different programs. We're all not doing the same one. A lot of you are doing the 21-day fix or 22-minute hardcore, which kind of has the same type of meal plan. I want you to look through the book, look at the lists of food that you are allowed to have. I want you guys to check off your favorites. Either check them off, put them on a list, whatever's easier for you. That's what I did to start. I checked them off, said, okay, I could see myself eating this for dinner. I could see myself eating this for lunch. These are some things that I really like, and I could eat them multiple times a week. You don't want to reinvent the wheel and be like, oh no, I got to make this really extravagant meal plan. Because what happens when you do that, it's going to be too much prep. Too much, and it's going to take too much time, and you're going to be like, screw this. I can't do this. I can't keep this up. So I want you guys to just take out some things, especially for the first week. Let's keep it as simple as we can. Take out some things that you like. Write them down on your grocery list. If you haven't gone to the grocery store, do it tomorrow. And map out a week. Map it out. It doesn't have to be spot on. We have meal plans, our menus that I use. And there's other ones in our file section in our page. Mine, you can see multiple days I'm eating the same thing for lunch, or multiple days I'm eating the same thing sometimes for dinner, or snacks are usually the same because I crave it. Like I like my certain snacks. They really, my apple and peanut butter or whatever. It's something I look forward to. So that's why I keep it the same during the week. Weekends are a little different. So I want you guys to take a look at those menus, but also go onto Pinterest, type in 21-day fix meal plans, type in 21-day fix recipes. You will find so many on there. I will even put our link. We have a board on Pinterest of 21-day fix stuff. I'll put our link in our page tomorrow. But I want you guys to really pick out some stuff you like. If you're cooking for your whole family, print off some recipes. And a lot of the 21-day fix recipes are really easy to follow. You're using simple ingredients. Also, if you don't have it, and I don't have mine available, the Fixate cookbook is awesome. Fixate cookbook is by Autumn Calabrese, and she pretty much put together an easy to follow cookbook of all your favorites, like meatballs and pasta, spaghetti, and different types of soups and desserts and breakfast foods and all of that. So you guys can definitely use that to help guide you, and all of them are fix friendly. All of them are your meal plan friendly. You can have it on your meal plan. So I would definitely check that out. It's only through Beach. You can log in and find it under shop. But again, tons of stuff on Pinterest. So just take some time and look through it, the stuff. But get a plan together. If you have questions about a meal plan, post in our group or reach out to your coach. We can kind of guide you through it. If you're following a meal plan in the file section and you're like, wait, I don't like this, I can definitely help you sub out. If you don't like one of my snacks or whatever, I can help you sub out something that would fill the same containers, or the same color section that you have to fill. For container wise, you're going to see if you have the containers, if you're using the containers. They're small. And I remember the first time I looked and I'm like, holy crap, how am I going to function on this little food? But you're using them multiple times. So it actually is probably more than a lot of you are used to eating. But you definitely want to try to fit them all in. Sometimes veggies for me are a little bit harder and this is a tip that I use. I don't know if any of the other coaches on here have done the same thing, but I like bigger meals sometimes. So instead of having a vegetable in the morning, lunch, and dinner, I kind of double up on my vegetables in one meal. I'll have the grilled veggies in a salad, and then sometimes I even double up on my protein. Because sometimes if I'm hungry, I'm hungry, So you can do that. You don't have to do the 6 meals a day. Yes, some of the plans say that that's a good idea. If you're following the 22-minute hardcore, I definitely want you to follow the meal plan in there where they have the time. You don't have to do the exact times, but I really like how they put together when you should be eating certain things. So if you have that meal plan, follow it. But as for the 21-day fix or that one, you don't have to be if you have a crazy busy schedule and your work hours are crazy, you need to do what fits in your lifestyle. Because if you try to do something that, stresses you out, you're not going to last, right? So just kind of see, okay, when are your usual times to eat? And then you're going to plug in your meals in those times. It doesn't have to be 6 small meals a day. It could be 3 big meals a day. It could be 2 big meals a day and 2 snacks. Whatever works for you. And make sure, here's a big thing, you need to food prep. I'm not saying you need to prep for the entire week. You don't. But you need to prep for a good couple days. Because what happens is if you don't, you end up picking on whatever you find because you're hungry, right? So definitely have stuff cut up in your fridge. Have some chicken or some meals prepared ahead of time. It will really help you. Yes, it takes some time in the beginning, but I'm telling you now, my Sunday nights when I food prep, or my Sundays, sometimes even Monday mornings, it's an hour, not even sometimes. It's quick. I know what I'm doing, and I'm usually doing it for lunches and some dinners, and a lot of other times dinners. My dinners are basic. They're protein, veggies, and the carb could be a sweet potato or a brown rice or something like that. And if it's not that and it's something I can't have, my kids, my husband will eat it, I just won't have it. I'll double up on the veggies. So you just have to like totally keep it simple for the first week. And then you could get kind of fancier. Like if you want to create bigger, better meals, good, awesome. Go for it. Go, grab some stuff on Pinterest or in your 21-day fix in the recipe section or the recipe section of whatever program you're doing and do them. I definitely think that's what they're there for. But there's so many tools that you guys have at your fingertips. So definitely use that. Shakeology. If you bought a challenge pack, you're using Shakeology. Please watch the video. Did I post it? I posted it, and yes, I did. I have to bump it. I will bump it up of how to make Shakeology the right way. Don't shake it in a shaker cup with water. It's going to be disgusting because it doesn't have artificial flavors in it. So it's not like the flavors of the superfoods aren't masked, so you have to add stuff to it. Like I always do water, ice, vanilla extract. I always add different types of extracts. Sometimes I do caramel. Sometimes I do almond, banana. There's all different kinds on Amazon that I like to play with. But I do like PB2 in there, a half a banana, and it's like amazing. And you could do that with chocolate, vanilla, any of them. There's a lot of recipes. We have some in the file section and also on Pinterest. There's tons. If you find that you've tried a couple different recipes and you're like, I don't like it, something's wrong, it's gritty, whatever, please post that because we'll help you find the right one. It took me 5 days to find one that I really, really liked. And now I don't ever go away from it because I just crave it. So it may take you that time. Don't think they're all the same. You might be making it wrong. We can help walk you through that. Fitness. And then PD, and then we can answer questions about your fitness. Schedule time to work out. If you know yourself and if you don't fit it in the morning, you won't do it, get up early and make it happen. I know it stinks to get up even earlier than you're probably already getting up, but you're making a life change. It will get easier. For example, one of my friends that I've been coaching for 2 years and I met through social media, she was like, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you get up. Every morning she would be like, I'm going to get up. I'm going to get up. Never did. And she would always feel so bad and like, I suck. I can't get up. Right. She started listening to personal development, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, but she just started thinking more positive and saying, okay, I'm making this happen. If I could just get up 3 early mornings, then that will be a step in the right direction. So she started doing that in January. And now she gets up 5 days, sometimes even Saturdays, gets her workout in. She's fitter than she's ever been. She feels amazing. And she is like the one that would never get up. Now she wakes me up and texts me. She still texts me every morning with her sweaty selfie. And I'm like, I'm still sleeping. But it just shows you how the right mindset, your life can change. You get on a schedule of working out early in the morning, you feel better. You will be on a high the rest of the day. It's just a total different mindset. So make sure you schedule time in for it. Most of you guys have short workouts, so it's easy. Think about it. 22 minutes. Some of you guys have your workouts for 20. Some have 30. Who can't fit that in their day? Personal development. The reason why, first of all, when I first heard about this, I thought it was fluff. I thought I didn't need it. I can just figure stuff out. I'm not a negative person. I don't need personal development. You do need it. The reason why is in order to have any lasting results in business, your health, anything, even parenting, even being a good person, you need this. You need some time for yourself to hear positive things. Like whether it's, I listen to a lot of sermons I love Joel Osteen. I love his books. A lot of my stuff is faith-based. It doesn't have to be. You can, and I put some books in our page. Energy Bus is a good one. There's a lot of others. Also, if you don't want to buy a book. If you download, I have an iPhone, but I'm sure it's on Droids. Yes, because Jillian has it. If you download the podcast, it looks like you can't see it. It's a purple little thing. Download the app podcast. You click on it and you could search any podcast on there. Chalene Johnson, awesome motivator. Incredible. I would definitely follow her, listen to her podcast. The Chalene Show is all about motivation, leadership, everything. She talks about everything, and you're going to love her if you don't know who she is. She's amazing. So there's other ways to listen to personal development. It doesn't have to be a book, and I don't read because I don't have time. So I listen to it. When I wake up in the morning, first thing I do, put on my headphones. I don't have to do anything. Like, I'm not moving around, just put on my headphones and I'm listening to something. It just puts you in the right mindset for the day. And that's how you're going to see lasting results, because honestly, wellness, health, wellness, fitness, all of that starts here. It's all in your mind. It's all a mindset. Whether you continue on, if you don't listen to the personal development, what will happen is you'll get some results. And then what will happen is you'll start, falling off the wagon, and you go back into your old ways, and then you lose all the results and you're back at square one. So that's why it's so, so, so important. But if you have questions on that, definitely ask. Anyone else want to chime in and say something that's on here?
Tara, can I say something for a second?
Yeah.
I know you love when I say that.
Oh, Jillian will.
Listen, I've got stuff to say. So I was just thinking about everything you were just talking about, and I remember the first time, and I wasn't lucky enough to have a call. And I remember when I first got my 21-day fix, and it's almost like when you have a baby. If your mom's in here and you stare at this tiny newborn, you're like, what do I do with this thing? I know it has to be fed and changed, and it cries, and you are in this what do I do with this? And then after you have your baby for a while, you get used to it, and it's second nature. Now, if my kid's crying, I legitimately can feed him while I'm doing my hair, because I know what's going on. And that is kind of how this journey is going to be for you. Food prep is going to look so unnatural to you, and you're going to be like, and I remember that. I legitimately was on Pinterest trying to figure out how I was going to do chicken and brown rice and eggs and vegetables and have it all together, and how am I going to be a mom and meal prep all day long, and then exercise, and then personal development. I thought it sounded insane. But if you just use it like you would a newborn or a new job, it's so unnatural to you at first, because that's not how you've lived. Some of you, I was guilty of it. We did the fastest thing for us. Fast food, fast meals, the fastest thing for us. And the thing that I realized is that now, meal prepping is fast for me. And I feel better, and I have the energy to do it, and I want to do it because I feel better that way. So it might seem really unnatural and hard for you at first, and it might be overwhelming, but just stick with it, because soon it's just like a baby. And, kids have their own, they get harder. They don't get harder, but you learn how to adapt to that. It's just a whole new level. And so, and now, I remember looking at those containers too. They were so super overwhelming. But now I legitimately can look at my plate, and I can tell if I have too much yellow on my plate, and it will get that way for you. You're making it a lifestyle. So put the effort in the first 21 days or first 30 days, because you will change, and that will be your lifestyle, and it will be easy, and you will feel good about it. Also, like Tara said, PD is so important. You can work out and you can exercise all you want, but you really truly will not have the change that you're looking for, the lifestyle that you're looking for, if you are not taking care of your emotional and mental needs. You can't take care of a family or loved ones or work if you're not refilling your bucket. You can't. I always say this. You cannot fill other people's buckets on an empty bucket. So if you're not taking, I used to feel guilty for taking 30 minutes to myself to listen to something uplifting, because I had dishes I needed to do, or I needed to get ready for work, or I needed to do this. I wasn't giving my family and the people around me everything I needed, because I wasn't filling myself up with what I needed. Now I have more to give. 30 minutes gives me a whole day for my family to be happy and for me to keep myself organized. It's so worth it. So make sure that you remember that it is going to be overwhelming at first, but it gets so much easier, and it's a lifestyle, and that personal development is so, so important. And I'm going to post the one that we're reading right now, Tara, that You're Already Amazing, because I love that one by Holly Girth. I'll post that in our page too, so you guys can see it, 'cause it's super awesome if you haven't read it yet.
Yeah,
And that's all I have.
that's
Good.
a good one. Thank you. It's so true. 100% true what you said. It will get easier. And Carol said, like, she had a hard time fitting in her veggies, and she would throw spinach in your Shakeology. You won't even taste it. I do that to my kids, and they're like, "Why is it green?" I'm like, "Isn't that cool?" And they're like, they don't even know. And then they saw me doing it one time. They're like, "Why are you putting spinach?" I'm like, "You don't even want to know. It's not yours anyway." So seriously, you can do that. Sometimes I do a juice. If any of you guys juice, I will have my veggies through that too. But doubling up is totally fine. And if you have leftover containers at the end of the day, I don't want you to sit there at 10 o'clock at night and be like, "Oh my goodness, I have to eat all this stuff." No, let it go. Move on to the next day. It's not going to kill you. Anyone have any questions? You can unmute yourself, or you can chat in the chat box. If you don't know how to unmute yourself, I could always unmute you. Amy looks like she's chatting. She's typing. I don't know if she is. You're not? Amy, I'm going to unmute you. Are you, oh no, what just happened? Are you chatting? I could hear you.
I haven't, me and Jill are old friends, and I haven't seen her in a really long time. So I'm a little bit on like sensory overload listening to her talk, because it like sounds the same, but it's new topics. So it's kind of freaking me out, but it's still really good. It's still really good. But that's why I'm like freaking out a little bit, and you keep seeing me leaving.
I love it. I love it. It's so crazy, like how like, you reconnect with people and stuff. And
well, I have bought a bunch of Beachbody stuff, but it's something that I do for a while and then it gets put away, and I do for a while and then it gets put on the shelf. And I bought the 21 Day Fix. I am a firm believer in late night infomercials.
Yeah, me too.
Which is why I get sucked into Beachbody every like couple of years. But then I seriously never get on social media, and I was on Instagram and I saw that Jillian was doing it, and I was like, holy crap, I just got that. What are you doing? And she looked good. And so I've been bugging her off and on ever since. And then she said that I could come, but yeah, that's why it keeps looking like I'm switching, because, and then my daughter keeps walking in and out. And so it only like rang too true when she's talking, like filling your kids' cup if yours is empty, and finding time to do everything. And that's totally what I'm struggling with right now. And I'll have a couple of days where I'm doing really good and I'm measuring everything out. And then a couple of days where I'm living on Cliff Bars, and then I'm up till 1 a.m. and I'm eating whatever's laying around because I'm starving because it's 1 a.m. But anyways, yeah. So
yeah, it's
and
so
this is my first meeting, so hi everybody. But that's also why I'm like not up to date on the Zoom etiquette.
I love it. It's all right, Amy. We're all that way. And we've all been there on the wagon, off the wagon. So, you are in a good spot. And I think that this is going to be a big change, but it's going to be awesome. You're going to love it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Amy, you're going to do awesome. When I used to shove my face with like donuts, you were always like the one at work, like, I'm going to do this workout and do this. So I know you have it in you. You're going to do
that's right. You remember when I got my 21 Day Fix, I'm like, so which one of these colors do I shove my donut into, Jillian? Because I knew you'd have to figure that out by now.
There isn't one. There's not one. It's your treat meal is what I.
Yes.
You're like, that's day 22. That's what you told me.
Right. Yeah. No, that's day 22. That's awesome.
Yeah, but we didn't have to worry about donuts like when we hung out.
No.
Those
I do. Like I look at one and I can feel cellulite forming.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else have any questions? No. You know what it is? It's like you kind of have to just dive in. Like anything else, you learn as you go, right? So let's dive in tomorrow, see how it goes. I want you guys will see a check-in every night. And I want you guys to post under that check-in. It'll ask you like what you had for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, PD, water. Make sure you're drinking water. I know it's really hard sometimes, but it really does help with weight loss, and it will help you with feeling fuller than you actually are. The first 3 days might be hard for you. Some people are really hungry. Some people are really stuffed. It depends. It depends on the person. But the first 3 days are always hard in anything, any new routine, anything. So you guys can do this. I want you guys waking up, listening to something that's going to motivate you. And make sure you're checking in our group every day. And check in tomorrow because you'll find out who won my little gift. All right? All right, guys. Thanks for hopping on. Good luck tomorrow.